I don't know if I'm allowed to say this on air. I had a girlfriend once. She was a vegan. I didn't know she was a vegan. Unfortunately, I found out. She said, oh, I'll never cook meat for you. I said, look, well, I'll be honest with you right now. We're going to end up splitting up because you're living in my house and I'm paying the bills. And if I want steak, you're cooking it. That was a good 2-hour argument until she eventually cooked the steak. Of course she did. What's she going to do? Lose me? One more thing I wanted to touch on while I'm here in the chair, because we're running out of time. Time's flying so fast. I got asked a lot of questions on my Instagram. My Instagram's at Cobra Tate. I get asked lots and lots of questions about my diet. I'm a carnivore. I eat 85 to 90% of the calories I eat on a day are meat. People always look at my Instagram and say, Andrew, how are you built so beautifully? That's the exact line I get time and time again. Andrew, you look like Hercules. And I say, well, yes, I do. Yes. And they say, what's your workout regimen? And I explain to them, my workout regimen isn't really that crazy. I mean, I work out 30, 45 minutes a day from home. I don't even go to the gym. Bunch of push-ups. You know, wake up in the morning, drop down, do some push-ups, that kind of thing. I'm not a gym freak. I've retired from professional fighting now. I might be coming back, but I'm not a gym freak. I don't count my meals. I don't plan every little tiny thing. I'm definitely not one of those guys who's super conscious and lives the fitness lifestyle. I drink vodka. I smoke the odd cigar. I live a very privileged life. And this is what me and Alex were talking about last night in that picture right there. I said, the key to everything is meat. You need more meat in your diet. If you listen to a globalist or a liberal, the first thing they'll start doing is trying to turn you vegetarian, trying to turn you off the meat, get you eating broccoli, turn you into a wimp so they can control your mind. If your body is not capable of resisting, then your mind is not capable of resisting. I say this to everyone. I don't care if you're a man, a woman, a child, an adult. I don't care if you're old, young. You need to eat more meat. 80% of the calories I consume in a day is meat, meat, meat. And people say to me, oh, I love meat. I have a hamburger. No, a hamburger isn't meat. You got a little bit of meat, and then you got a bunch of fries and bread and plants and all that stuff. That's not meat. I'm talking about sit down, 3 steaks. Give me 3 steaks and maybe 1 bread roll, a couple bottles of water. Done. So when it comes to health, you got the InfoWars products and you got the souls of dead animals. Those are the 2 things that are going to make you strong. So if you're going to take one message away from this, eat more meat, eat less of the bread, and whatever you do, don't buy into the liberal propaganda. Don't buy into the vegetarianism. I've seen so many people ruin their lives with that. Don't go down there, which is just a big attempt at controlling you and controlling the population. The way you do that is you weaken everybody, and that's all vegetarianism does. On my website, cobratate.com, I have an exclusive members group called The War Room. Anyone who's interested in interacting with me further, we discuss everything from how to get multiple passports, how to get bank accounts in different countries, how to make money online, how to become anti-fragile, how to prepare for the worst. And in The War Room, one of the rules within my community is no vegetarians allowed. We had one man join. He said he was a vegetarian, told me he better eat a steak or he's out. And he told me that vegetarianism made him stronger, which of course is a complete lie. We're about to debunk that. My biggest problem with vegetarianism, because I have a genuine problem with it, is that they deny reality. It's not so much about eating carrots and eating steak. It's about a fundamental problem with the reality of the world. For something to survive and for something to grow, something else must be destroyed. This is the basic reality of the universe. Black holes destroy planets. This is how things grow. Even a plant has to destroy nutrients and minerals to grow. An animal destroys plants. That's what a cow does. It destroys the grass so it can grow. At every single level, from a cellular level to the top, something must be destroyed for something else to live. So when they come along and say to me, well, what about the animals? I say, look, the animals need to die because I need to eat. I'm not a horrible person. I'm not a bad person. I just understand the basic laws of the universe. I'm not going to come along and try and pretend to be Mr. Nice Guy and try and rewrite the underpinnings of the universe we live in. Something's got to die, and I've got to eat. A plant's got to die or an animal's got to die. This is the reality of the world. So I'm not going to deny reality, and this is what vegetarians try and do. I don't know if you've seen one of the largest pieces of liberal propaganda which has come out in recent times is on Netflix. It's called Game Changers. I'm going to play the trailer to Game Changers for you right now if you've never heard of it. Here it is.
One and only Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I ate a lot of meat. They showed us commercials.
Steak. That's what a man eats.
selling that idea that real men eat meat.
How could the original professional fighters be so powerful?
Well, I'm a
eating
professional
only
fighter.
plants?
Let's pause it right here. Let me tell you something. I'm a professional fighter. And let me tell you something what these people have tried to do. They're trying to turn everyone vegetarian by coming along. They got Arnold Schwarzenegger, which is unfortunately a childhood hero of mine, which is sold out completely to the left. They got one guy no one's ever heard of. I used to teach fighting, but no one's ever heard of me ever because I can't actually fight. And I eat grass. Well, that's great. What about all the fighters that don't eat grass? You can't take, an exception doesn't prove the rule. The rule is that athletes, especially combat athletes, especially strong men, especially people who lift professional weights, the rule is that they eat meat and they eat a lot of it. Finding a single exception does not disprove that rule. So what they've done in this documentary here is they've tried to find a couple exceptions. You have Arnold Schwarzenegger, which was in the best physical condition of his life while he was eating meat. Now he's turned vegetarian once he's an old man, and he's only done that to get his calories down because he's old, he doesn't need calories anymore. And now he's talking about the benefits of vegetarianism. You weren't a vegetarian when you won Mr. Olympia. No, you weren't. This other dude who got injured, who no one's ever heard of, he's saying, oh, we need to eat more grass and you're going to be strong. Complete garbage. I'm a professional fighter, and every professional fighter I've ever met eats meat. Meat is power. Vegetarians can't punch. I said it right here on my Twitter. I called out every vegetarian in the world. I said, there's not a vegetarian alive I would not fight. Let's arrange it. Get a cage. Let's work it out. There's no vegetarian alive I wouldn't fight. I remember when I was living in London, David Hay, the boxer, I don't know if you know who he is. I was sparring with some guys who was very close to David Hay. David Hay famously became vegan in the last few years of his career. I think he had 3 fights, and he had to cancel all 3 of them at least once due to injury. You stop eating meat, you start getting hurt. Your tendons get hurt. You can't recover quickly. Don't buy into the vegetarian propaganda. You need meat and you need InfoWars products. And between those 2 things, you're going to be strong enough to resist. Let's play a little bit more of this Game Changers thing because people keep talking to me about it. In fact, in my Uber here in Austin, Texas, 2 days ago, he said, what's your job? I said, I'm a kickboxer. And he goes, oh, can I ask you about a plant-based diet? This piece of propaganda has been massively effective. It's all over Netflix. Everyone's watching it. Everyone's turning vegetarian. They're weakening men right in front of our eyes. The fastest, strongest, toughest athletes on the planet. Complete garbage. If you're going to watch something, if you're going to watch this crap the whole way through, I say to everyone who's come at me with that, say, if you're going to watch this crap the whole way through, at least watch the counter argument, but no one does. I encourage anyone to go plant-based for a month and then go and try my diet for a month of purely meat, and you're going to see. We evolved to eat meat. That's science that can't be disputed. The fact that we were eating meat is the reason why our brains grew so fast. The fact we started cooking meat and getting as most calories from it. We've evolved eating meat. And every time a vegetarian comes to me with some stupid argument, the guy in the Uber, he was like, oh, well, don't you think it's strange that we're not equipped to eat meat? You know, we don't have claws and we don't have to hunt our animals. And so no, because we have big brains. We're smart. We don't need claws because we had spears. Doesn't mean we don't eat meat, Dumbo. Wrong with people. Vegetarians can't punch. Okay, if you want to disagree with me, if there's anyone out there who's not sure, let me ask you a question. If you were to get 100 people who just ordered a T-bone steak for dinner, let's get 100 random people from the world who just had a nice big steak dinner, and let's get 100 random vegetarians, and let's have a Royal Rumble. Who you betting on? Because I know who I'm betting on. I know who I think's going to win. Let's be honest. Are the vegetarians winning that fight? No. They've taken a bunch of exceptions here. A bunch of exceptions, and they're trying to prove the rule. They got a whole bunch of people, a bunch of athletes. Oh, I've gone plant-based, and with the best science in the world and all this extra crap and all these injections and by measuring my blood every day and with the best science in the world, I managed to still perform at a good level. Well, of course you do. We live in 2019. I'm losing my mind with all this liberal. We live in 2019. And we've been to the moon. So I'm sure, yeah, if you have all the money in the world and all the time in the world to test your blood and take injections and have all these scientists to constantly find ways to get the protein inside of you, you can live on plants and probably do okay. But the average person hasn't got time for that crap. The average person's working a job. We're out here. We got things to do. We need to eat. So unless you're going to start playing their stupid game, when you eat, you need a whole bunch of meat. That's where you're going to get your calories, your protein. So you're going to get your power from. So don't listen. Because I keep getting asked about this because they have a couple fighters in this documentary. And as a fighter, people keep coming to me saying, well, haven't you ever tried plant-based? I said, no, I haven't. Of course I haven't. I'm not an idiot. So don't buy into that crap because these people are literally just trying to supplement meat with the most modern science in the world to survive. And that's not realistic for most of us. You need meat, you need InfoWars products. And you don't need to deny reality. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this on air. I had a girlfriend once. She was a vegan. I didn't know she was a vegan. Unfortunately, I found out. She said, oh, I'll never cook meat for you. I said, look, well, I'll be honest with you right now. We're going to end up splitting up because you're living in my house and I'm paying the bills. And if I want steak, you're cooking it. That was a good 2-hour argument until she eventually cooked the steak. Of course she did. What's she going to do? Lose me? Mindless. She cooked the steak. She sat there. She pretended she was upset. 2 weeks later, she's eating meat. I converted her. I fixed her. One person at a time, I'm going to fix the world. Myself and Alex Jones. It's been Andrew Tate here on InfoWars. Hope you've enjoyed the segment.